Alright guys, now that we have our lighting setup ready, we can move on to other details. I guess one important details that we need to keep in mind is to how to arrange our scene, how to create like good arrangements, like specific folders for all the details for better manipulation in the future. So this must be like or should be done from the beginning, so we don't need to do that each time. And also there is some couple of helpful add-ons there that I guess um, we gonna use later to explore more this scene arrangement stuff. But for now, I guess most of this scene arrangement will be done in the outliner section, in the outliner panel, which is this panel. This panel is very important and very helpful for you. So this has so many options that gonna make like arranging your file in renders and save you time, especially doing multiple renders from different angles in the same scene. So I will walk you through the basics of that, but then we're gonna use the paid add-on render set that will gonna make our life even easier regarding that matter. So first of all, I guess what I prefer to do is to, even if everything is let's say parented to the same object and rigged already, I like to have the lights selected and placed in a different collection, the cameras in different collection, the background in different collection, and the object of the scene like in different collections. So we can start with let's just check if this already parented. So this is not parented. I will parent this, Control P, keep transform. Now if we rotate this, it will, okay, so we'll name this scene controller. Okay, then we will name this let's click on that and hit F2 in the viewport. We can name this directly here. So this is gonna be light diffuser. This will be backdrop. I was gonna write backdrop or background, but I prefer backdrop as it's more related to the studio scene. Also I will name this focus controller. This is our object. You're gonna name this if you have already like modeled a specific object, but let's keep it Suzanne now. There is no need for that. We will have this camera like named, let's say first of all this gonna be based on tiers, as we have specific tiers in our process. So let's say this is a tier 4 shot, so we can go and name this tier 4 camera. So go here and name this. You can also batch name stuff if you have many objects and you want to name those at the same time, but it needs to be similar objects with a prefix or a suffix at the beginning. So let's say you have multiple cameras, you can select all these cameras and name it just cameras and add some, let's say this. You can hit F3 for search and there is batch. F3 is very helpful to find hidden options. So F3 on the keyboard will help you like search any hidden options that you know is existing but you don't know where to find it. So it's also an easy way like to select or speed up your workflow. So F3 batch rename and hit that batch rename and also like start renaming those. The shortcut for the batch rename is Control F2 as you see here, so you can use that and that will be helpful for you. Okay, so the scene controller, let's name this here area. So this will be like main scene light. We have also this light, this will be a backdrop light. So now what I'm gonna do is to create new collections. I'm gonna go here, so it's either here and add new collection and name it. Let's say I'm gonna name this object, and I'm gonna drop the Suzanne there. I can have this first one called scene controllers and have the controllers added in there. Even if you have like as I said parented object, you can put those in different collection, but you will have like the hierarchy visible whenever you open this drop down menu, so you can revisit this and understand which objects belong to this parent. So the scene controller, the object, I will add a new one for light. I can hit M or M maybe if you already select objects. So M, new collection lights. So hit enter and I have this in new collection. I will have a collection for the backdrop, or say this background. Hit enter. Also I will have the light diffuser will be part of the background, so it's good to have this there. And also the camera, I hit shift A to collapse or expand these, but if I want to select this and hit M and create a cameras collection. So now I have all these collection created. We can color code this if you want to. You can have different colors to differentiate the objects. I can have this on the scene control, whatever you want. So can have this as you can see now. Also you can have other functions that can help you later by accessing this filter and adding, as I said, we have explored the selection one, but there is like visible or disable in viewport. There is disable in hidden in viewport, disabled in viewport, disable in render. There is the holdout and the undirect only. This will be very helpful when we are rendering separate layers, but for now let's keep this as it is. So now, as I said, you can create like this collection to organize your scene, and that will be helpful. And also you can create different scenes with the same collection, but let's say for once I want to remove the background, as I said, and have this object transparent. Okay, background transparent object with a transparent background, and save this as PNG. We haven't tapped into the saving settings yet, but we're gonna have this as a PNG with only the object. If you hide this background, you will have this not visible in the viewport and in the rendering. So it's different from just tapping in these options, because first of all, like this, you can like forget to hide. You can use like the shortcut H to hide object, but you can forget this hide from render options. And when let's say you are in a rush and you already set up all the objects and created like the scenes and composition, and you try to batch render multiple cameras and multiple scene setups, this render disable option can be a problem later. You can come back and find out that objects that you hid are already rendered, and you need to do that. This might not take too much time, but you might forget this in multiple scenes, and you might need to re-render all of these. So just check out this. But the thing now is that there is no that ambient lighting that reflecting back on the object from the backdrop. So that's an issue here, and how we can fix that is either by adding, as I said, the filter of the indirect and have this activated here. So you will have the indirect lighting affecting the scene, but the object itself that's causing this indirect lighting not visible. Or you can have this also the filter of holdout. This is different in one section only. You can see now that this is not visible, but some part of the Suzanne monkey is clipping through the background. With the indirect only, the part that is supposed to be not showing and clipping through is still visible in the render. It's difficult to see this now, but it's visible there. But with using the holdout, this will keep it like mask it or keep it out from showing in the final render. So this is the difference, the main difference here. If you can see that, this is the main difference. So you might just need to have this high holdout option, but if you want like to have the full object visible in its separate layer, so let's say you are batching like the background with the foreground element, and you want to have more flexibility, you want to have the full background elements visible, even the ones that are not showing behind the foreground, you can still have the indirect and have more control on that. But for now, I think having the holdout is better. Also, you can access the holdout. If you select this, you can go to the object properties, and you can go to the visibility and have this as a holdout from here. Also, there is another option, which is shadow catcher. This will work as the holdout, but the only difference is that will keep the shadow appearing. So as you can see now, the shadow is still there even if the background is transparent, and also it's not showing the clipping part. You can see the contact shadow, every shadow details is appearing. So that's the difference between just the holdout and the shadow catcher. So if you want to separate like the shadow, and you can also let's say, since we have this object in its own like collection, we can have this shown as a holdout. Let's get back to here, and we can have this here as a holdout. So now you can like separate the shadow with transparent background, and you can have another let's say let's create another view layer. So we can either duplicate from this or create just new. So now everything is highlighted. You can have the shadow, the background itself not showing, only the object, and we can have this named as objects. We can go back to the first one, have this as shadow, and we can go and create a new one and have these as background. And now we can have the background showing. We can go back to the we can remove the shadow catcher, and we can have only the background without no shadow and no object. So just remove the object and there will be no shadow on the scene. So this is the background. You can toggle through this, and you can then go back and render this separately, or have this we need to have this shadow catcher. It will be affecting the Azure. Okay, alright, so this might be another difficulty here. You cannot have the shadow catcher option applied here. Let's see. Okay, so maybe we can do something else. We can duplicate the collection itself. We can have this as not shadow catcher, and remove this now. This is for the background, and if we go to the object, we have the object only. We go to the shadow, we have the shadow, but we can remove the second background collection, and now we can have this layer separated. Okay, this is just for demonstration. There is no need to do this type of separation. If you want to, in the at first, like as a default, but I will keep this, and maybe I will add like another one just for scene. This might be save view layer 001 as it was at first. So we can keep this and have all of these like shown, so the background also can be visible, and we can like have this. So this is the beauty image. We can remove the overlays and see the cameras. We can also remove the gizmos. So, and we can have this as a split screen maybe in between here. So add a horizontal split screen, let's say like that. This will be swap. So we can go back to the view, render view, N and T, and remove all of these details. This is our camera viewer, and we can have this as the new 3D viewport that we can manipulate objects within without going back in this, and always we can see the camera view here. So this will be a more helpful setup, but if you want to, there is no need for that. But that's why I have already insisted in the beginning that about the point that this interface is fully customizable. This can be a better setup for you without tapping into other like rendering and details. You can add whatever you want here and still work comfortably. So thank you guys. I guess we have already finished this chapter and we will move on to the next one. So